Oh my god, I'm having a baby. So I'm officially 20 weeks pregnant now, but I'm going to be doing my first video on a recap of my first trimester. If you're new here guys, I'm Amber. I am currently pregnant and I'm hopefully going to be documenting this journey and I hope you join me on it. So throughout my first trimester, I wrote notes on my phone of symptoms I was experiencing and anything I thought was related to me having a baby. So starting at week 4, I actually found out I was pregnant the very first day of my missed period. Literally just took a test and it came back positive straight away. We kind of had an inkling that I might have been pregnant because it was like something weird went on the week before with the cats. So we have 2 cats, Bruce and Bruno. And they were just all over me and would not leave me alone. And Leon googled it and he was like, oh, it says you could be pregnant. And then like literally when I missed my period, Leon was actually on holiday and I was like, oh my god, took a test and it came back positive straight away. So yeah, we found out we were pregnant week 4 straight away. And then after that, the symptoms started coming fast. So I wrote down frequent urination and my boobs hurt. They really did. And they also got really veiny. So like Leon and me, we joke about that my veins like are so prominent that one looks like the M25 and then we have the M11 going up my chest like that. It's just so weird because they're literally, you see them so much, it's crazy. When we got on to week 6, it was just more of the same really. Frequent urination and my boobs were still hurting, especially like when I'd just taken my bra off. Like I thought it'd be the opposite, like they'd hurt when they're in the bra, but when I took it off it was like they were just released and there was so much more blood flowing and it literally hurt so much then. Week 8 was when nausea hit for me. It was really weird. I wasn't your usual morning sickness. It was more like when I got hungry, I got sick. So like in my head, I knew, oh, I'm feeling sick right now. It means I need to eat food. But then at the same time, I knew I needed to eat food, but I didn't want to eat because I felt sick. So it was sort of like a balance between forcing myself to eat and trying not to feel sick all the time. But luckily, I've never actually been physically sick. And I know a lot of women do like get proper sickness all the way through their pregnancy, and I think I've been really lucky honestly because I have only had the mild symptoms of pregnancy so far, touch wood. And I also noticed in week 8 that I had a lot of discharge and that's still continuing now, and I'm in week 20 now, so I think that's a bit crazy. Week 8 I also had my booking appointment, which was the first appointment with my midwife. She's lovely. I thought it'd be, when you Google about your booking appointment, like every new mom does, you think about like what they're gonna ask, what's gonna happen and all this. And I thought it was gonna be so much more detailed and stuff, but really it was just, they wanted to take down your past medical history, if there's anything wrong with like mine or Leon's genes, and just take like a urine test to confirm I was actually pregnant. That's pretty much it. And then literally like a week later we received like in the post saying you are having a baby. Here's your scan time, and we got given our scan, which was for 12 weeks, so we'll get there and I'll show you a really cute baby picture. Week 10 was a nightmare for me. That's when constipation hit, and when I say it hit hard. Literally I would struggle to go to the loo. I felt like I needed a poo all the time and I just couldn't go. It was horrendous. And that symptom was probably the one that stuck around the most and was the most painful for me. Like, but now, trimester 2, I'm just shitting all the time, which is absolutely great. I love being able to shit again. I also wrote that my boobs weren't hurting as much this week, but I did say that they have heightened sense. So what I mean by that is like, so like they wouldn't hurt at all, but like the smallest little like brush, I could feel that so much. And that's what I mean, like it wasn't hurtful, it was just really sensitive. And week 10, I also had vivid dreams. So one of them was I woke up and I turned to Leon and he woke up as well, and I was like, Leon, you've been cheating on me? And he goes, what? No, I haven't. And I'd literally, that week, I had been watching fucking Harry Potter because it'd just been added to Netflix. So I was watching Harry Potter and I said to him, I went, you're cheating on me with Ginny Weasley? And now saying that, like, wouldn't blame him. Ginny Weasley's pretty hot, you know? But yeah, so that happened. So week 12, coming to our first scan and almost the end of the first trimester. I'm pretty sure the first trimester goes all the way up to the end of week 13, doesn't it? So week 12, had more nausea, still not being sick, just when I don't eat. And literally so much bloating. Like week 12, like I'd look 20 weeks pregnant sometimes, especially after I ate. But it just go down pretty quick. It was just really when I ate, like I said. And I unlocked my first craving, which was, drum roll please, red onion. Raw red onion. Like, what? But, oh well, could be worse. Could be like pickles in chocolate or something. I haven't had weird cravings, just been loving my red onion. So at week 12, we went for our scan. And here's a pretty picture. I'll put it on the screen as well. So we wanted to go for our NT testing, which in case you don't know is where they test for Down syndrome, Pateau syndrome and all the things like that. I think it's Edwards syndrome. They test for them. And basically they do a scan and they measure like the fluid at the back of your baby's neck. And then they also do a blood test and like they combine them results together to tell you if you have a high or low chance. But in my head, I think it's really lucky that they couldn't get a clear enough image because it's not that clear our week 12. So obviously we had to come back and it has to be done before week 14. So in our final week of the first trimester, we got to go for a second scan for week 13. And then look how different baby looks. Like, that is unreal. I'll put them on the screen properly for you. Well, week 13, we managed to get an accurate reading. So we were told if it's a high chance, which is above 1 in 150, or below, like 150, 149 and so on, then you would get a phone call saying you've got a high chance and then they'll discuss options with you. But we literally got post 4 days later saying your baby has a low chance, and it was 1 in 5,000 for us. That was obviously from my blood test and the scan. So now this is my little maternity notes folder because everything's like on this thing called AmberJxne now, but they wanted this as well. I just wanted to say that, so our first scan, which they predicted was, we were at 12 weeks and 5 days then, baby was 63.2 millimeters long, and then at our second scan, baby was then 13 and 4 days. They were 71.3 millimeters. So they'd grown 8 centimeters, not 8 centimeters, 8 millimeters, which I think is super cool. And that's one thing I regret at my 20-week scan, not asking how long baby was now, because I don't know how long baby is right now. Also at my 12-week scan, we had to have a consultation with a consultant because it was really confusing at first. I was told I was like a high risk pregnancy, but I'm actually low risk, we found out now. But still had to have a talk with them because I am overweight. So just had to have a talk with them to see how we were doing. And everything was completely fine really. It was just them saying like, has this happened? I'd be like, no. Has that happened? No. It's just a lot of Q&A. But overall, me and Leon are super stoked that we're pregnant. And obviously we've announced it to the world now. That's why I'm making videos. And I really appreciate you guys watching. So if you want to come on this journey with me, please subscribe. That would be absolutely amazing. And I really appreciate you watching, guys. Have a great evening.